workshop facilitator in one form or another for about 25 years, working with National Geographic Society, NASA. I work down at basically with the federal government, often as a contractor, both teaching and traveling all over the world to teach scientists how to be good presenters. Imagine that you were a hostage negotiator, okay? And there were two people who have been kidnapped and you are trying to negotiate their release, okay? Now, could you ever imagine saying, you know what, I want this to be a win-win. Why don't you send one out and keep one? Would you ever do that? No. We must negotiate to win. Not win-win, you win. Who here has ever negotiated a salary? Some of us have. A lot of us are going, you can do that? Never give them your salary history. Even if they ask for it, never give it to them. Instead, what do you say? And you can say what I do when they ask for my salary history, I say, well, it has always depended on how much I love the job. And then they're like, because how do you answer that? There's a Lemony Snicket quote. Can I swear in front of y'all? Is that okay? There's a Lemony Snicket quote that says, diplomacy is the art of telling someone to go to hell in such a way that they actually look forward to the trip. These are all things you can negotiate out in your personal life. Never, ever, ever pay full price for a car, ever, 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 right? Your house, certainly. And you can also negotiate your rent, and you can negotiate all the different parts of your rent. You can negotiate the lease, you can negotiate your deposit, all of that. Credit card costs, interest, annual fee, mortgage rates, certainly. All sorts of stuff can be negotiated. Your medical bills, anybody ever do that? Yeah, you absolutely have to negotiate your medical bills. I never pay full price. I always tell them I'm paying in cash, what can you do for me? And something that would run me $900 suddenly runs me $197. This idea of being mindful means that you have to be in a calm frame of mind. Vivian, you might remember this from last time. We're gonna take a moment and we're gonna just breathe. Before any negotiation, there are certain things you need to know. First of all, if you are in fight or flight mode, you have lost already. Depending on what you're negotiating, depending on what you're doing, you might want to be a more assertive voice, or you might want to be a more listening, giving voice, right? So if I'm an assertive voice, I'm going to be talking a lot more like this. But if I want you to be calm, and I want you to be chill, and I want you to be in a listening mode where we can converse and come up with an agreement together, my voice and everything about me is going to change. These are the things that you have to assess in any negotiation. You must assess what you want, what they are selling, and what you're willing to pay for. Before dealing with clients, find out who they are. Find out what they want. When they start talking, you gotta listen to them. By the way, this is a little tip for me to you, Vivian, you might remember this. One of the easiest ways to get yourself into a listening space, take your fingertips and rub your ears. Right now, go for it. Just rub your ears, seriously. Rub your earlobes all the way up and down. Rub them, rub them, rub them. I know it's weird, but it works. Rub them, rub them, rub them. Rub them, rub them, rub them, and go ahead and stop. One of the things that you'll notice is that you're hearing me and listening to me just a little bit better than you were 3 seconds ago, because you've sensitized the nerves in your ears. And now, all of a sudden, things are more clear, things are more vivid, they're coming through better. So if you ever need to make sure that you are listening to people better, rub your ears before you walk in. Because listening is the most important thing that you have to do in any communication or negotiation. If you are not satisfied with whatever is on the table, you gotta be willing to walk away. One of the things that has to happen with you as a negotiator is right now, you have to understand when to cut bait and run. However, a lot of the time, no means next. Don't be so attached to this one client. On your tables, you have a set of dice. Each die has something, okay? And one of the dice has objects on it, and the other of the dice has a profession on it. What I would like for you to do is roll the dice, and so I want you to roll it, and one of you is going to be the salesperson, and the other of you is going to be the profession, and the salesperson is trying to sell the object to the profession. Do you understand? So you might end up trying to sell a feather to a doctor. I don't know. Okay? So roll the dice.
This is also, the brochure. Those are brochure. This is I am back in that. You know what? Here it goes. But I'm also
I want to hear from Chris and JJ. I just heard this was great. So tell me, how did it go?
It's interesting. Trying to solo bike to figure out like the rationale behind it, but I think we caught on to the game pretty quick of like trying to keep our own interests secure. So I was trying to keep the price up while he was haggling me down.
Right? But not only that, you were trying to get him to understand what he was going to be getting. You know, the benefits of what they're going to be getting by buying this thing from you or by selling you this thing, whichever way it is, right? Whichever way you are, you need to be very aware that that part of it is really important, because without them knowing the benefit of it, then everything kind of falls apart. Once they know the benefit of why Diplomat would want the bike, do you have a child who wants a bike, who's dying to be able to ride around the city in cans, whatever it is. You know, and it's funny, a lot of you ended up with bikes and diplomats and detectives and candles. Don't know why, but I know, it's weird, but a lot of you did. And they're not weighted, these dice are just, I had them made specially. Huh?
I mean, there's some more people, like, because where's the detective bikes, candle, there's other people now.
Yeah, exactly. A lot, and you know, maybe during the break you'll want to figure out for yourselves what stories you told. So let's move on to the next thing, and you can go back to your seat, you can stay where you are, it's up to you. Labeling is really important. Labeling is when you acknowledge the emotional state of the person without ever bringing the word feel or feeling into it. Okay, it seems like, it sounds like, it looks like. It looks like, it seems like you have some issue with buying this bike from me, you diplomat, you, whatever it is. You never want to go into I feel like you or it feels like you, because immediately people start getting defensive about their emotions. Keep it very neutral. The key here for you is to remember that business is business, right? That's it. I love you dearly, you're a good person, but business is business. And it's not personal. And if you make it personal, then you'll give away the store.
Can you use the word I understand how you feel now?
Never use the word feel, no. Because as soon as you do, then they can play on your emotions.
Right.
If I understand how you feel, then I start feeling bad for you. What happens? I drop my prices. All possibilities. Which one of these do you think is the most effective at getting what they want? The DJ, Vader, or the teller? The key here is what do they want? Okay? Now, I need 6 lucky volunteers. Now, your mission is to convince one person from the other group to cross over to you. Are you ready? On your mark, get set, go.
You guys should come to this side. This is the fun side. This is where the party is.
We're giving off money over here.
Oh, that's it. I'm going over.
Okay. You all have something that everybody else will eventually want, but you don't know what it is. But I'm gonna help you out. You ready?
Okay.
$5 to the first person who crosses. Okay, so here's the thing. Why did it work?
Because you showed it.
Because I showed it.
Yeah, and we delivered.
Right. I didn't go, I had this one, I was doing this exercise with a group of people, and a guy held up his keys to his BMW. He's like, I will give my BMW then. And we're all like, are you serious? And he's like, yes, I am. And I'm like, really? Yes, I am. Are you sure? Absolutely. Somebody starts walking over, he goes, and I'm like, see, you weren't serious, were you, right? So here's the thing. You gotta be serious. You have to be authentic or it doesn't work, right? Now, I'm gonna do a little bit more, okay? Let's say you said, but money isn't really our thing. Let's say instead you were like, I'm motivated by chocolate. Who's motivated by M&Ms? Anybody?
What else you have?
How about apple?
How about health?
Too healthy.
I think I'll take the apple.
You're supposed to take allergic to peanuts. Okay, do you want this?
Oh,
look at that! If it is not authentic, it won't work. If it is authentic, you get people, you find out what they want and give it to them. So negotiation is a process of discovery, not a battle. You're trying to discover what it is they want, and then you want to give it to them. That's it. Being sure that you're getting everything you want and need first. You want to come up? Sure. All right, Chris is gonna be my lucky volunteer. This is gonna be super cool. Okay, so you're back okay? Chris is like, okay, you're not really gonna throw me, right? So this is about being centered, okay? You need to be centered on your goal. Who here feels centered on their goal? Right at your shoulder height. Now, I want you to get super strong and don't let me bring your arms together. Okay, you ready? I'm gonna go count of 3 and I'm gonna try and bring your arms together. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Okay. Yeah, he works out. Now, we're gonna do the same thing, but I'm gonna off-center Chris by behind it. Okay, so get back into that centered space, and I'll bring your arms. And I'm gonna bring you off-center by just that much. Doesn't feel like much, does it? No. All right, so on the count of 3, I'm gonna try to bring your arms together. Don't let me. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3.
Why is that?
Because, isn't that interesting?
Yeah,
Did it feel very different?
a lot different.
Yeah.
No.
You had
chance
no
of-
power, right?
Not even a little.
Because here's the thing, if we are physically centered on our goal, body, mind, and spirit, then we have a bone-on-bone connection.
Okay.
Our bones are actually working with us to make sure that we are super strong and focused and going where we want to go. The second we lose our focus even a little, that wasn't very much, right? I moved your arm maybe an inch.
Yeah.
The second we're off center even a little bit, we become completely weak because all of the bones are now trying to keep us standing. Now they're working against gravity, and gravity is a harsh mistress, right? Gravity keeps working and you're gonna fall. So now all of a sudden, instead of being centered on your goal, you're a little off center and completely weak in every direction. Negotiating the fee. Do you wanna work for free?
No.
Right. Do you know what you wanna charge?
Yes.
Then that is your goal. Okay, yes, absolutely. So now, I told you we were gonna be talking about personal space. I need another lucky volunteer. Don't all jump up at once. This one does not necessitate you needing to be in good shape. Because people are like, I have a bad back, don't make me do cartwheels. I will not make you do cartwheels. Come on up, Tom. Great. Now, here's the thing about space and about perception. I want you to stand over that way, back up another maybe 6 feet. We need to know about what the people we are working with are going through. Made a little tougher for Chris. He's got to be aware of their voices, and we just talked about that, their voices, because he does mostly phone work. But if you are working with people in real life, you need to know their body cues. What are they trying to tell you? And they're telling you a whole lot just by being where they are in space. Now, I'm going to show you something, and you're going to watch Tom like a hawk, and we're going to do a little experiment. No, you don't walk. You stand right where you are. Just stand, be comfortable. Oh, he's already uncomfortable. I love it. I'm going to walk towards you, and your mission is to hang out. Okay? You ready?
Yeah.
Okay, you all watch Tom. What happened? Did you see it? Yeah. What did he do? The tongue. What else happened? The hands, the smile, and the whole body went. Right, immediately. So you have a pretty wide energetic body, and you're like, I'm fine. But you're not really fine, right? You're kind of going, I'm gonna have to be okay with this, but I'd really rather you weren't quite that close to me. And that's cool, because know yourself, right? It's about knowing yourself. So this time, I'm gonna ask you to stand where you are and be chill, and I'm gonna do it again. And let's see, now that he knows about it, now that he's prepared, what happens as I walk towards him. You ready? Okay. You watching his mouth? He's like, ah! I'm not gonna move, I'm not gonna move. Crap, she's too close. We can control how far in and out of us our energetic body goes. Okay? So I want want you to imagine a space beyond which you don't want me to come. Put it somewhere in this, between us. Don't tell me where it is, and I'm gonna see if I can tell where that spot is. Okay, are you ready? Watch him like hawks, y'all. Here we go. I'm gonna try it again. Am I close?
I was gonna, it was more like here, actually.
Okay, so what happened? Between the difference, between where I stopped and where he
You know
wanted
what's
to.
weird? I can feel it, actually. That's weird.
Yeah.
It's the consciousness of it.
Yes. Isn't it cool? It's pretty cool. Yeah, because immediately he's like, okay, I'm trying to do it here, but it's still just a little uncomfortable. I stopped here because I felt like that was your actual place. You were like, no, I'll be comfortable here, but if I keep coming closer, your body's, or you see his body kind of going backwards? You don't, it's not conscious, yeah, no, seriously. This is not a conscious thing. We are not conscious of this, it's just who we are. And once you get good at it, you can invite people in, or you can keep people away.
It's like a force field.
It is, exactly. It really is kind of like that. And the thing is, my job as the salesperson or the person trying to buy is to know what he's feeling. I don't want to name it as a feeling, but I need to go, okay, beyond here, Tom is uncomfortable. So I am not gonna push that boundary unless it benefits both of us for me to do that. And I don't mean just me. I'm not trying to just benefit me here, I'm trying to benefit both of us. Make sense? How do you phrase the question to get to their no, real quickly? Because you need to know what their no is, why? You can phrase the question to get to their no in such a way that they start seeing the benefits of yes. I'm gonna give you an example from my own life. Rich is here, so he's gonna be like, she used that on me. We need a new dishwasher. And he is notorious about not wanting to spend money. Let's just call it what it is. And I'm like, we need a new dishwasher. And he's going, we don't need a new, and we back and forth. And so we sat down to talk about it, and I said, so, do you want to eat out of dirty dishes? And what was his answer?
No.
Ah, well then, because you don't want to eat out of dirty dishes, what do you think we should do about it? What was his answer? Get a new dishwasher. And there are all sorts of reasons that people could be saying no. They're not ready. They're not authorized. They want something else completely different, and maybe you are not the person to work for them. Or maybe they want something else from you specifically, because there are three faces of yes. There's the get off my back, yes. Yes, I'll come back and buy this dishwasher later. He said that to me for a long time before I finally wised up. I'm like, do you want to eat out of dirty dishes? And he went, no. And I'm like, now the negotiation can begin. I agree, but I'm not really promising to do anything. Yes, I think we should save the environment, but I don't have to do anything. That's somebody else's problem, right? And then, yes, this is the correct or right course of action. That's right. That is when you know they are with you every step of the way. That's super important in any negotiation. Not your right, because then I'm just agreeing with you rather than your mission has become my own. Once your mission is mine, I will follow you to the ends of the earth. You and you both, because you're directly in sales, you need to make your mission